Hey guys, it's Kris Jones, episode 8 of Ask Me Anything. I want to thank you guys for participating in all these videos. It means a lot to me that you guys are watching this right now and that you're participating in this experience. I also want to say that, for those of you that have reached out to me privately, and we've been going back and forth with me answering questions, not here on video, but privately, I want to acknowledge you, and sometimes people will reach out and ask in confidence questions, and understand that you could always do that for me. I'm there for you, and understand I'll give you the best response I can, and I'm always going to be honest and sincere with you. So in this episode, I want to keep it really simple, and I want to get right at the heart of why I'm doing these videos in the first place. The question today is, how do I stay motivated? And how have I been so motivated over all these years? And the reality is this. Most people never take the first step towards wherever it is that they want to go in life. So what happens is we die unhappy. Is that acceptable to you? That you always in the back of your mind wonder what life would be if you took that first step? Maybe you're overweight, maybe you're unhealthy, maybe you're struggling financially, maybe you're unhappy at work, maybe you want to go back to school, get a college degree, get a graduate degree, get a professional degree. For me, over all these years, the reason why I've stayed motivated is because I have made my why, my purpose for why I do what I do, very strong. And that is the answer to the question of how do you stay motivated. I make my why extraordinarily powerful. So let me tell you what that means and how you could apply it in your life. And if you're sitting down right now, why don't you grab a piece of paper? Why don't you jot down a couple of the things that you desire, that you want more of, that you'd like to take head on. And I want you to think about why it is that you want whatever it is. Let's use a real simple example. Let's say you're overweight and you need to go on a diet. One person's why might be because I don't like how people look at me and I'm overweight and I feel insecure. While another's why might be, I want to lose weight because I don't want to die. Because being unhealthy leads to a whole number of diseases that are avoidable. I don't want to die. I want to be there for the people that love me most. I want to be there so that my children, if you have them, could enjoy their mommy or daddy as they go through life. I want to lose weight because I want people to look at me and I want to be confident when they look at me. I don't want to be insecure. I don't want to second guess why people are looking at me. The reality is that your why needs to inspire you. It needs to motivate you. It needs to make you feel inspired by taking action towards whatever it is that you want. The diet example is a simple one because it's one of the things that we all have immediate control over because we understand how one loses weight. We understand how one gains weight, of course, if it's not for physiological reasons. Most of the time it's from overeating or eating poorly or not exercising. But what about other things outside of whether or not you're overweight? And let me tell you something. I'm sharing the diet example because I want those of you that are listening that feel like you're overweight, I want you to take action today. I want you to stop making excuses for why it is that you are overweight or you are unhealthy, and I want you to start replacing that with a new why. Stop making excuses and instead focus on why you want something. Not why you haven't done or taken action towards something that you want, right? Do it today. And the why, you have to answer that. But it needs to be something that moves you. It needs to be jarring. It needs to be emotional. It needs to be something that you're going to stick with. You need to change your story. You need to change your story from why you don't have something to why it's an absolute must right now that you need to take that first step towards that. Maybe you're unhappy in your job. Maybe you're unhappy with your career. Maybe you're in a bad relationship. Maybe you are sick and tired of struggling financially. It's up to you to make sure that your why, that your purpose for taking action is as emotional and as inspiring as possible for you. I'm going to leave you with this. Motivation is a physiological thing, both if you're motivated or you lack motivation. If you lack motivation, you need to stand up. You need to move your body. You need to energize yourself, because that state of energy is where decisions that are empowering are made. So as we go through this video series, a lot of what we're chatting about, can't just be theoretical. You need to start applying some of these ideas in your life. And I'll tell you something else, because it's almost like a New Year's resolution. One of the reasons that I'm not a huge fan of New Year's resolutions is because they tend to be short term. This idea of how to stay motivated and how to define your why, this is not short-term thinking. You will build muscle up over time, just like I have, where at first you're going to be discouraged. You're not going to get the feedback. People might not start, if diet and exercise is your thing, people might not start immediately looking at you and giving you the feedback you want. It's a long-term, play. You need to make a decision about your future, not about tomorrow or next week. It's got to be so motivating for you to stay committed long-term. So, we're in this together. I have a whole list of things that I'm trying to improve in my own life. And I know from my own experience the degree to which I can attach emotion to those things, the more likely it is that I'm going to be successful. Most of what I do has nothing to do with me, per se. It's because, 20 years ago, when my mom said, it was actually probably closer to 30 years ago, when my mom looked at me and she said, "Kris, get your ass out of bed and make your mother proud." You guys want to really stay motivated? Start taking action for other people, not for yourself, especially the people you love the most. You want to lose weight? Don't lose weight for yourself. Lose weight because the people around you who love you most want to spend more time with you. And by the way, they could almost care less about whether or not you're overweight or not. You know what it is? You guys want to know what it is? They want you to be happy. They want you to be happy. And one of the keys to happiness is to start doing things for other people. Let that be your why. It's okay to, it's not selfish, but it's okay to also do things for yourself. Don't get me wrong. But you want true inspiration? On that piece of paper that you have in front of you right now, go ahead and write down the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people that mean the most to you. And as you guys think through what your why is, for why you're going to take action today, immediately, don't put it off. And when you're filling out that why and when you're thinking it through, make sure you associate it with the people that you love the most. That's what I've done all these years, and I promise you, together we'll build muscle over time. It's not going to happen immediately. I want to thank you guys for listening to this episode. Feel free to go ahead and comment in below the video and ask me anything you'd like. Feel free also to send me some private messages. But for today, I want to thank you for your time, and I will see you soon. Thank you.